Now, Grammy-nominated recording artist John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting now has released a new song calling out Joe Biden's failures in Afghanistan and his abandonment of our fellow Americans, their families, green card holders, thousands of them, tens of thousands of Afghan allies. It's called Blood on My Hands. Now, with his permission, we took the liberty of putting some video to accompany this song that has now gone viral. It's almost become an anthem around the country. Take a look.
Not conduct a hasty rush to the exit. We'll do it responsibly. If there's American citizens left, we're going to stay till we get them all out. And still Americans left in the Taliban. Now how's that happening?
Let's take a step back. This is manifestly not Saigon.
It was a logistical success, but a strategic failure.
All right, joining me now, singer-songwriter John Ondrasik is playing, by the way, tomorrow night. He's been touring all over the country. He's at the Symphony Space. It's up on the Upper West Side in New York City on Broadway. We've been friends a long time, and I've known you for a long time. You're really not that political. This hit you hard, and I'll be honest, John, it's day 51. We abandoned Americans, their families, green card holders eligible to be here, thousands of them, tens of thousands of allies. Walk us through the process. How did you don't usually do political songs, although Superman would be maybe an exception.
You know, Sean, I had no intention of writing a song. I take no joy in writing this song, but when we saw those images coming out of Afghanistan, it certainly shook all of us. And when our 13 soldiers were killed, I was very angry, like so many, and I went up and banged on my piano. But it didn't take shape the song until I got a call from a friend after our troops had left. And she said, I need a contact because I'm organizing evacs of AMSITs from Afghanistan. And I said, what's an AMSIT? And she said, American citizen. And I said, are you telling me that you're risking your life and your colleagues' life to go rescue Americans that we left behind? And there was silence on the line. And I couldn't believe we were living in that world. And then finally, when the president gave his extraordinary success speech, I was hoping that General Milley and General Austin would come out and give us some clarity on that, because I know that they knew that was not the case. But they echoed the same, what a great airlift line, which was a narrative to distract from their failures. And that scared me. And I wrote those Milley and Austin and Blinken lines. The song wrote itself. I took no joy in putting it out. I put it out because somebody in the arts had to say it.
You say, yeah, it's an amazing thing you're saying here. No joy writing it, no joy putting it out. And look, I mean, you've had massive hits, 100 Years, the Riddle, Superman. When I spoke to you about this, because it's now gone so viral, and I said, are you aware what's happening here? And you were very aware that this song is almost become an anthem for our military guys that did many tours there. And then you told me what the reaction is when you sing this song on stage now, which you'll be doing in New York tomorrow.
It's surreal. It's like nothing I've ever seen. At the end of my show, I ask my quartet to leave, and I take a few minutes before I play the song and put it into context for everyone, that it is a moral message. It's not a political message. The American promise matters. No man left behind matters. Accountability matters. And when I sing the song, you'll hear soldiers screaming, "Oorah!" You'll hear people crying. And then when it's over, I'll have veterans, regular citizens across the political spectrum come up to me. Some of the veterans can't even talk, Sean. They're so ashamed that we left those behind that they fought with. Some of our military heroes are down there right now. They have drained their bank accounts. They have quit their jobs. They went down to save those that saved their lives, and they're risking their lives as we speak. The American promise is not dead. Our government had just abandoned it, but we're doing it.
John,
our people are doing it. So take heart.
Imagine our State Department, the same ones that said, oh, you might want to make your way to the airport, but we can't guarantee your safety. This was so preventable because we saw the Taliban, moving forward in March and April and May and June and July, and the Afghan army collapsing as Joe Biden's praising them in July. And you watch how preventable this is. When we had full control, we could have gotten every single person out of there, all our military equipment out of there, and they didn't do it. And then they take a victory lap, and then they talk about turning the page. They're abandoned behind enemy lines. They're hostages to a terrorist group. That's not an America I recognize. That's not political for me either.
This is the greatest shame in America in a generation. And if we don't admit our complicity and we have accountability, this is going to fester in our moral soul, and it will continue to erode. And look, the Biden administration may not have accountability for Blinken and Milley and Austin, but history will. And we're going to keep that in the face of everybody the best we can.
John, great to see you. Thanks for being with us. He's at Symphony Space, by the way, in New York City tomorrow night. If you want to go see him, by the way, veterans get in free. Straight ahead.